Fantastic night we had here when Anthony Joshua beat Vladimir Klitschko in that epic fight, one of the great heavyweight fights of recent times. It's superb to be back at the National Stadium, 90,000 there, September the 22nd. And I believe this is, without doubt, one of the most dangerous assignments for Anthony Joshua to take on. The mandatory with the WBA, probably the third best heavyweight in the world, although he'd argue that he's the best. Take Deontay Wilder out, you know, that super fight is going to take time to make. Alexander Povetkin, just look at his pedigree. A wonderful amateur career, Olympic gold medalist, double European amateur champion, world champion, and he's won 34 of 35 as a pro. We saw what he did to David Price on the AJ Parker night, and I think he brings a lot of heat. I think he brings a phenomenal boxing brain, a great team behind him, and a left hook that Joshua's got to be very, very careful about. But listen, it's great to have Anthony back again at a stadium. It's wonderful. You know, you've had him at Wembley, we've had him twice down at the Principality in Cardiff, which is not AJ nights, and I think they've taken boxing to a completely different level. You know, Carl Froch will still tell me that the 80,000 that he brought here with George Groves was a one-off. But we're moving on, and I think the heavyweight division is fantastic at the moment, and September the 22nd is going to be a wonderful night on Sky Box Office. We've got a pretty good night on July the 28th at the O2 with Dillian Whyte and Joseph Parker, of course. That's a real pick-em in 10 days' time. But let's get hold of Anthony straight away. Fresh in, back from New York, obviously a big press conference out there yesterday. Let's not talk Jarrell Miller, let's talk Alexander Povetkin. That's why we're here. How dangerous is Povetkin, and how seriously will you have to take him?
Yeah, Alexander Povetkin, as you mentioned, gold medalist, unbelievable pedigree. It's come through the professional rankings very well. I've watched him for a long time, and you know, nowadays I think the industry of boxing in terms of the fan base is a lot different. So maybe because first language might not be English, or the social media might not be the most dominant, people should never underestimate a fighter due to fan base and stuff like that. Alexander Povetkin is one of the best fighters that I'll be facing on my record, and I look forward to it as well, actually. He's got a style that I enjoy competing with, I have no problem with. Left hooks, right hands, defend and counter, and box at range as well, so it should be good. I'm sure the undercard will be packed, and you know what, Jarrell Miller, Wilder, I had issues like with Parker. It seems that there's always been a lot going on around my fights. You know, I've always had a fight to focus on, but there's always been a fight booked next. Like if you beat Molina, you're going to fight Klitschko. Klitschko's sitting ringside. So I've always had that issue. And I've found it quite interesting, and I've tried to understand how to deal with these things. And over the last few years, I've been fighting 10 years now, and I feel I've always done it for fun, and I've just had fun with it because I preferred the lifestyle it presented me. And now I'm dead serious about this business, and this is chapter 2 for me, and Povetkin is the first on my list.
So that doesn't bother you, all the talk of Wilder, this being a potential banana skin, I guess, you know, the upsets in heavyweight history, littered with them, of course, you know, at Wembley Arena, Lennox Lewis losing to Oliver McCall in a fight everybody thought he was going to win. It's just about Alexander Povetkin for you and Rob. It's just concentrating on him.
Not anymore. It was that before. I used to concentrate on the opponents, and as I said, it was always worrying about what was next. So I'd be like, oh, I don't want to make no mistakes with this opponent, and I started boxing within myself. I stopped expressing myself, and you know, my potential to go on and be a great heavyweight champion. Even though I have these titles, it's about proving your stock worth every time you fight. And now it's not just about Povetkin, it's not just about Wilder. It's about me, my legacy, and reaching my potential. So all comers are welcome. And as I said, in this chapter where my mindset is different because I understand what I'm involved in, Alexander is the first person on my list.
What's been the difference, though, that's made you do that? The growing maturity as you reign as a world heavyweight champion with all those belts in front of you. What's been that difference?
I spend a lot of time studying. I spend a lot of time looking in the mirror at myself. I don't, and I listen to Rob as well. And then I'm not too interested in like the praise or the criticism. I just have to look at myself. And then sooner or later, if you look in the mirror hard enough, you'll find the answers of who you really are and you're trying to achieve. And I've been doing that since I started boxing. And as I said, I only box for fun. I went to boxing because it taught me discipline, to control egos, keep humble. And I've always said that. And now it's more about, I know I'm good at this. And I've built my mindset over the last 10 years, now I feel very, very confident. And I've learned about my weight, my boxing style. And as I said, this is a new chapter. I think I've got 10 years left in boxing, and I want to really cement my legacy.
You really believe that, 10 years?
Yeah, because I think now science, information, and people have done it. Foreman, Bernard Hopkins, and my friend now, Klitschko, went on to 40. Mayweather done it, so I believe I can as well.
Vladimir Klitschko, of course, April last year was a thunderous fight. Do you predict something similar with the style of Alexander Povetkin on September the 22nd?
Riddick, Bowe-Holyfield. Because, you know, when you've got like a brawler, I know Alex can box, there's no doubt about that. He wouldn't have done what he done in the amateurs and as a professional if he couldn't. But in terms of like the style, the solid base, the gravity on your feet, and then he can swing hooks, versus someone who's more like European style, English style, upright, hit, be first, move back, be second. It creates a great fight, and I think with those two styles and the mindsets now where I can't afford to get beat, and Alex thinks he can beat me, we'll definitely gel for an interesting type of matchup.
Yeah, we all love the Riddick Bowe-Holyfield trilogy. Let's bring Alexander.